Hello, fabulous fourth grade. Thank you guys for tuning in with me today. I'm Miss Owens, the math coach at Longwood Elementary, and I'm so excited to be working with you guys again today. Yay! Okay, so in today's lesson, we are going to revisit shape patterns. You might ask yourself, Miss Owens, why is it so important to learn about shape patterns? Thank you for asking. Well, the more understanding that we get about patterns altogether, the better we're going to be able to understand the world around us and to make predictions. That's how we understand and make predictions about movies, because we pay attention to what's going on and then we make a conscious conclusion about what's probably going to happen next based on what's been happening before. So patterns help us to make predictions and to understand things around us. Okay. Let's get into the lesson. Here we go. So, it says, if the pattern continues, how many tiles will be in term 4? So here is term 1, here is term 2, term 3, term 4. Okay, so just like I stated before, we're going to start by looking at each term, and then we're going to start analyzing what's going on in each term. So I look at term 1. Now, when I'm working with shape patterns, I like to write numbers because I can look at this figure, but if I start writing numbers, my brain is going to start making connections from one term to the next. So, how many tiles do you see in term 1? 3. How many tiles are in term 2? 6. How many tiles are in term 3? 10. How many tiles are in term 4? We don't know yet. Okay, so let's just take a few minutes to examine term 1. Well, I noticed that the tiles in term 1 have 2 on the bottom row and 1 on the top row. That's good to know. As I move on to term 2, I notice that there are more tiles than the first one, so the pattern is increasing. And I know that when a pattern increases from one term to the next, it's probably because of multiplication or addition. Could it be division or subtraction? No, because when you use division or subtraction, you're taking away, so the amount decreases, but we are increasing. So, now when I look at the bottom row in term 2, instead of just 2 tiles, there's 3. Wait a minute. And as I move to the third term, instead of just 2 or 3 tiles, there are 4 tiles. So let's just examine the pattern in just the bottom row from each term. There's 2 tiles in this bottom row, 3 tiles in this bottom row, 4 tiles in the bottom row for the figure in term 3. 2, 3, 4. Bet there's going to be 5 tiles in that bottom row of the fourth term. Let's go back and take a look at term 1. 2 and then 1. Let's look at term 2. 3 tiles and then 2 and then 1. 3, 2, 1. Let's look at term 3. 4 tiles, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. Wait a minute. These tiles are starting to look like a pyramid. It's like you're starting on the bottom, and you're going up, up, up. And every time you move up a level or a layer, you have less than you did in the bottom row. So, I'm pretty sure that term number 4 is going to have 1 more than this bottom row, because as you move from one term to the next, each bottom row has 1 more tile than the figure before it. So this one has 4 in the bottom row. I bet you term 4 will have 5 in the bottom row. Are you drawing it with me? And then because each figure, as you move up a layer or level, could call it either one. It's one less than the row beneath it. So the row above this will have 4 tiles, and then 3 tiles. Let me move this out of the way. And then 2 tiles, and then 1. It's like another pyramid. Miss Owens, how did you figure that out? Well, I just looked at each term and I started analyzing what was going on. Last time when we talked about our key idea, remember the key idea helps us to find strategies to help us understand what we're doing. Last week, our key idea, and we're going to use that key idea today, said, analyze the change from one term to the next. And that's exactly what we did. And that's how we figured out that this 4th term is going to have 5 tiles in the bottom row, and then 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. Let's go back to the question. If the pattern continues, how many tiles will be in term 4? Well, I know what the figure is going to look like. In order for me to answer that question, what do I need to do? How many tiles will be in term 4? Count them, exactly. Thank you for your help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 tiles will be in term 4. Now, we figured out how many tiles will be in term 4. But you know what I like to do when I figure out a pattern? I like to go back and look for other patterns that are there. Now, let's review some of the patterns we figured out. We figured out that each bottom row has one more than the term before it. So I bet you if I was going to do a term 5, it would have 6 in the bottom row. We also figured out that each figure builds up like a pyramid. Now I just want to take a look at these numbers and see how many does each term increase by as we move across. So from 3 to 6, that's plus 3. From 6 to 10, that's plus 4. From 10 to 15, it's plus 5. Thank you guys for finding and fixing my mistake. You know, even I make mistakes in math, but fix them, keep moving. So, from one term to the next, it's plus 3, and then plus 4, and then plus 5. Hey! It looks like each term increases by the counting numbers. So I bet from term 4 to term 5, it will be plus 6. Awesome! So, it looks like from one term to the next, the rule is to increase by the counting numbers. That could be a rule. The term is increasing by the counting numbers. Okay, give yourselves a pat on the back. You are amazing. And you are very sharp. Look at how you did that. Man, you're really good at this pattern stuff. I bet you're always looking at everything that's going around you and making predictions. I bet you are. Okay, so I have a little bit more time. Let's move into let's look at another pattern. So, if you can't read this, don't worry about it. I scratched that out. So in looking at this pattern, we want to know, what rule does the pattern follow? Well, I have to look at each term. Let me bring it a little bit closer to you. Don't pay attention to the top one. Okay. Can you see it? So here's term 1. And then you have term 2, term 3. Whoa, there's a lot in this one. Term 4. There we go. Okay, let's put that back up here. What rule does the pattern follow? Let's examine it. We can do that, right? So, there's only one circle in term 1. But when you get to term 2, there's 2. Is the pattern at this point increasing or decreasing? Increasing. Fabulous. 4th grade, you're awesome. So when you leave term 2 and you go to term 3, there's more. Instead of just being 2, there's 4 now. Oh my goodness. I wish these were pepperoni so I can put them on my pizza. Okay, so from term 3 to term 4, oh my goodness. It's 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 8 now. This pattern is definitely increasing. So really quickly, 1, and then 2, and then 4, and then 8. Wait a minute. I see what's going on here. Do you see what's going on? Let's go back to the key idea. Analyze the change from one term to the next. I can see this figure in this pattern, but it's 2 of them now. And then when I move from term 2 to term 3, I can still see this figure, but it has doubled. Instead of it just being here once, it's twice. And then when I move from term 3 to term 4, look at that. I can see term 3 here, but it doubled. What rule does the pattern follow? Have you ever heard of the rule doubling? That's exactly the rule that this pattern is following. In fact, I guarantee you there was going to be a term 5. You would see 2 of these in term 5. And if you have 8 dots here, 8 circles, and you double it, you're going to have 8 twice. Hey, is there another rule when you double? Could I have used maybe addition or multiplication? Yes, because if I had 1 here and now it's 2, and I had 2 here and now it's 4, and I had 4 here and now it's 8, I could have used multiplication. The rule could have been times 2. Did you know that doubling and times 2 is the same thing? Doubling and add 2 are not the same thing, but doubling and times 2 are the same thing. So what rule does the pattern follow? The pattern follows the rule double it or multiply by 2. Thank you guys for tuning in with me. It has been my pleasure. Such fun. I love helping you guys. Thank you guys. I hope you're writing it down, and I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. See you next time. Fabulous 4th grade.
Bye.